Quite a day in Buffalo sports today, starting with the Buffalo Sabres, of course, and the moves they made. But here at One Bills Drive, it continues because, bizarre story, let's start with that one. Cyrus Kouandjio had an incident with police earlier this week. He's currently at ECMC for observation, but an encounter with police that was strange to say the least, Sully.
Yeah, supposedly he said, shoot me to the cops, and, heaven forbid you should make light of that and suggest that's what Buffalo sports fans were saying today. But it's strange, and he's a second-round draft pick. I hope everything's okay with him, but added to everything else that's happened today, including the Bison's clubhouse being flooded from the sewer. What a crazy day. I think it's the low point in Buffalo sports history today. I tend to exaggerate, but I think this beats the Whaley press conference.
Yeah, and he was, Cyrus Kouandjio, not fully clothed when he was found by a sheriff's deputy. He had abandoned his car on Route 400. We reported that in the Buffalo News. As far as what else we had today, Sean McDermott, speaking with reporters, covered a lot of ground because the Bills are having a mini camp, but the draft is first and foremost because it's coming up next week. And Sean McDermott serving as the one voice for the Bills, talking about the draft today. No Doug Whaley, GM, no scouts, as is normally the case for these sessions. Jay, what do you make of that?
Well, I take issue with it slightly in the sense that, and I asked Sean McDermott this today, I said, does Doug Whaley maintain control over the 53-man roster? His answer was yes. Well, if that is the case, then I believe we should be hearing from Doug Whaley on these decisions. They talked ad nauseum about how it's going to be a team decision and they're going to come to a consensus, and they said all of the same things that you would expect them to say. But at the end of the day, if there's a disagreement on that pick, as far as my understanding of it is, based on what Sean McDermott said, and I believe that he's being truthful, Doug Whaley will be the guy that's going to make the pick for this team. And if that's the case, we should be hearing from him about these draft prospects. Is it the end of the world? No. Do other teams do things like this? Yes. The difference is Bill Belichick in New England, everybody knows he's got the final say.
Right.
Andy Reid in Kansas City, he's going to be the guy that makes the pick. If it's Doug Whaley making the pick, that's why I think we should hear from him. I'm not going to bang my head against the wall about it, but it doesn't make a lot of sense to have Sean McDermott speak for organizational issues or organizational decisions that he's ultimately not making, if that's the case.
Yeah, he says, again, it'll be the two of them on all the picks making the decision. Said Terry Pegula, the owner, would have a say, but it would be the two of them deciding on each of the picks in the draft. A couple of deadlines coming up. On Monday, the Bills must decide, or they have until Monday, to decide whether or not to match the New England Patriots offer sheet for running back Mike Gillislee. Looking like the Bills won't do that, and Gillislee would probably end up in New England. And then come May 2nd, Sammy Watkins, the Bills would have the decision by then due to decide whether to give him a fifth-year option on his rookie contract. Again, hearing Sean McDermott talk about both of those issues, said the process of deciding is still ongoing for the Bills. All right, so a lot to cover and a lot more, by the way. Just check us out on BuffaloNews.com for Jerry Sullivan's columns, my stuff, Jay's stuff, and for Jerry and for Jay, I'm Vic Carucci, and we'll talk to you again on BuffaloNews.com.